Oh, hi, everybody. It's Mr. Collar. Welcome back to school. Hope you had a good spring break. Um, this will be our third language arts lesson. Um, First of all, a couple reminders. I'm doing digital office hours Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. and from 1:30 p.m. to 3 p.m. Now, what that means is I will be sitting at my computer, staring at my email, to see if anyone has any questions that I can respond to immediately during those times. So if you have something urgent, those are the times to email me. You can email me any other time, but if you email me like in the middle of the night, I'm probably not going to check it till the morning. So let's review what we did in language arts class before spring break. I included the links to our previous two lessons right here. On Thursday, March 19th, we went over some basics for virtual school. We talked about office hours, how to access information, how to submit assignments, stuff like that. Then we talked about the thematic essay a little bit. As a reminder, you're going to pick a text, whatever you want, and you're going to write an essay about what the theme is. So if you write a short, or if you pick a short story or a book club book or song lyrics, we're going to analyze it and write like a one-page essay that explains what the theme is. The third thing you need to do on that Thursday was read and or listen to the story all summer in the day. That's going to be our anchor text. What that means is that's the story I'm going to use to write examples for you, and then you'll look at those examples, and then that's what you'll have to do for your assignment. That's what we did Thursday. Here's what we did the Friday before spring break. You were supposed to settle on your text for your essay. Pick one. Then, once you pick it, use this form, the text commitment form, which is a really dramatic name for it, just to tell me what your text is, and then like your preliminary thinking, your early thinking about it. So if you have yet to do that, do that. Thank you. And then the last thing you need to do on Friday before break was spend 20 minutes with your text, whatever it was. Either 20 minutes of reading it, thinking about it, writing about it, etc. All right. Here is our lesson for today, Monday, March 30th. I'm going to preview the lesson really quickly, and then I'll go back and we'll go through it bit by bit. Number one, fill out that commitment form. If you haven't already, that's what I just spoke about. Number two, I'm going to walk you through the theme finding process for all summer in a day. That's our anchor text. That's this big thing. This is an example. And then step three is basically you take your text and you do the same thing that I did, steps 1 through 5. And then number four is just some instructions about how you can share your work with me. And then lastly, number 5, we'll just do a little bit of preview about what's coming up. So let's go through today's language arts lesson in detail. Again, if you have yet to pick your form and show me on the text commitment form, do so. But the big task for what you need to do today is take your text and walk it through this theme finding process, which is what I have an example for today. So the week before, or our last week together, we did this theme finding process with picture books. We read picture books together, and we used this process. So this shouldn't be new to you. So the process has 5 steps over there on the left. Let's walk through them. Number 1, state the main conflict. So in our story, all summer today, the main conflict in the story is between Margot, the girl from Ohio, and the other children who were born on Venus, where the story takes place. Margot is from Earth, so as she was growing up, she was able to see the sun every day. However, on Venus, the sun only comes out every 7 years. So when Margot moves to Venus and tells the other kids about her experience seeing the sun, the other kids do not accept her. In fact, when the sun arrives one day, the other kids lock Margot in a closet so she can't enjoy the sun with them. Then after the rain returns, the other kids feel bad and finally let Margot out of the closet. This is an example of person versus person conflict. Margot is the individual, and the other kids are the society or the group of people. So that was the main conflict. Let's go on to step number 2. List the important topics. Acceptance. So like Margot, or the Venus kids didn't accept Margot into their group. Instead, they excluded her. Community is a big idea. What makes a community a group, and what leaves people out of that? Jealousy is a big idea. They were jealous of Margot's experience with the sun, and regret, feeling bad after you've done something. So those are like the big ideas. Remember, those are not our themes. Those are just like big ideas that are related to the story. The theme is going to come later. Number 3, what choices did the characters in the story make about those topics? First of all, Margot chose to tell the other students about her experiences with the sun. That seems like a natural thing to do, right? If you grew up on Earth and you saw the sun every day, and then you traveled somewhere where they only saw the sun once every 7 years, they would probably ask you questions about the sun. So it'd be natural that you would talk about that. Number 2, the Venus kids chose to lock Margot inside the closet while the sun was out so she couldn't enjoy it. It seems like they did that out of jealousy. Lastly, number 3, after the rains return and the sun leaves, the Venus kids remember what they did to Margot and they feel remorse and regret. So number 4, make an author statement that starts with, the author believes that. Here's the tricky part. This is where we kind of have to put ourselves in the author's shoes and ask ourselves, what are they trying to teach us? So, my working theory, and I'll talk about that term in a minute, is the author believes that jealousy hurts people. So, I got that from the idea that the Venus kids were jealous of Margot because she had experienced the sun and she was always talking about it. So they kind of took out their jealousy on her by locking her in the closet on the day that the sun came out so she couldn't enjoy it as well. Now, I use the term a working theme. Now, a working theme is just a theme that we're still working on. We're at the very beginning of this theme finding process, so our theme is immature, it's unrefined. So we're still working on it, we're still growing it. So that's number 4. To move from step 4 to 5, we simply remove the words the author believes that, and then we end up with this theme of jealousy hurts people. Jealousy hurts people. That's our theme. All right. That's all you really have to do for language arts for today. What I want you to do is use the same process and apply it to your story. You can find a blank theme finding process here. This is due not tomorrow, but Wednesday, April 1st. So you have 2 days to do some quality writing on this for your text. That means full ideas written out in full sentences, just like I did. Tomorrow, the new content that will be posted will be me analyzing song lyrics. So a lot of you want to choose song lyrics, and that's great. So I want to give you a good example of how to analyze stanzas or groups of song lyrics. It's different than a story, so I want to give you a good example. That's all I'll post tomorrow. So if you're writing about a short story or your book club book, and you don't really care about song lyrics, you don't need to tune in tomorrow. Just get your work done. And then make sure you have put your homework in this form. Here's what this looks like. So if you click on Elliott Homework Form 330, number 3, it'll send you here. And it's a super short form. And this is just a way for me to look at your homework. So it tells me what's your name, which I already have language arts, and then copy and paste your link from the writing you did on your theme finding process. Copy and paste in here. That way, when all of you send me your links, I have it all in a nice little spreadsheet, and it's really easy for me to work with. That's all you have to do for language arts up through Wednesday. Again, there'll be a new lesson posted tomorrow on lyrics. If you have any questions about all this theme stuff or any other stuff related to school, please send me those questions. And lastly, take care. It's a weird time to be alive right now. And if you have made it this far through this YouTube video, that tells me you are interested in school and you're caring. I'm proud of you. Keep it up and let me know if you need help. This is Mr. Collar tuning out of Language Arts Land. I hope you all take care. Be good to each other. Talk to you soon.